So Bloxburg has a brand new map, and today we're going to take a tour on this brand new map. And it's been a couple days since Bloxburg's actually released this map. Now, I had a live stream on Saturday that kind of went through parts of the map where I kind of took a little bit of a tour around, but I never got to state my opinions and how I think the map really looks when I'm taking a tour around the map. Just look at these views over here. I loaded my house on Lakeview because I decided to move from Riverside all the way to Lakeview because, I don't know, it just sounds pretty. And Lakeview actually looks so pretty because look at this. It's the view from my brand new balcony in my house, which is right over here. Down there is the lake, and it looks so pretty. And if we go down this way over to this window, I have a big gigantic window that kind of overlooks the lake as well. And if we take a look at my old bedroom couldn't compare to the lakeside view because you just get a view of those trees over there. You get a view of the garden and the road, but you can't really see the lake unless you go this way. And then from these windows over here, you just see the house. So I gotta say, moving myself to Lakeview was the best decision because, well, look at the scenery, guys. Bloxburg had an upgrade. So now one of the things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead into my car and we're going to take a little bit of a tour around Bloxburg. And I gotta say, this new grass texture kind of grew on me just a little bit. I just don't know how I like the dark color of the grass, but it grew on me and it looks perfect. And this dirt texture, well, this is not dirt, it's just grass, but I have to change it to a dirt texture. So because it's dirt, obviously. So starting off, I already have something I really don't like about the new map. It's that we don't have driveways. Now, I think Bloxburg should add an ability to have driveways. So that way, if someone has a driveway right where this lamppost is, well, you're not ramming your car into the lamppost. Let's just say you're not driving over the curb and the grass to get onto the road. I think they should really add a brand new driveway tool. So that way we can just place a driveway somewhere on the map and it'll just remove the curb and the grass. So that way we have a driveway. So another thing is that Lakeview only has 2 plots. Now, I know that later on they're planning on adding more plots into Lakeview. Actually, I don't even know about Lakeview specifically. I know that they're adding more plots into the game, but they want to make sure that performance is okay, which is why we have what is called a speed limit. When we're over in neighborhoods or whenever we're over in the city, we have to have a speed limit because they don't know on lower end devices if this will essentially, break and cause so much lag, so they have to do it for a performance issue. But one of the 2 places that I could see them adding 2 new plots in here to add 4 plots over in Lakeview is over here where they flatten this, and over here where they'll flatten this as well to add 2 new plots over here in Lakeview. We head outside of Lakeview right over here. We kind of start getting towards, well, down here is where we can get towards the lake. So if we take this way, we can go over here down to the lake. And what we do is we just park in one of these parking spots right here. And now we're down here at the lake, which is so amazing. I'm going to boost my mood for 25 BLOXBURG because, well, I need to. So down here over at the lake, obviously you have your beach chairs. So you could do your swimming over here and just look at my house over there in the distance. It's so beautiful. I think my house really fits in Lakeview. So I made the great choice to move from Lakeview. So over here, you kind of have like this little pier kind of thing that you can kind of like go fishing and then you can jump into the water to go swimming, which is so nice as well. So now as we leave over here, we are on another trail where you can see that there's those hang gliders over here. So this, I believe we go up the mountain or we just go along a trail. It's a hiking trail. And you can actually drive on the mountains this time, guys. It's so beautiful that we can drive on the mountains. I think we're going down the mountain. Yeah, we're going down the mountain. We don't want to go down the mountain just yet because I want to show you guys something that's on the mountain as well. But these dirt roads are essentially just trails, hiking trails and everything. So we're going to keep going this way outside of Lakeview Heights. As everyone knows, now that Bloxburg is so big, what's happening is we now have these signs over here. We have the Interloop Highway, which goes that way. We have the observatory that way, and we also have Peak Mountain that way. So we're going to go this way. And we're going to go under the Pinewood Bypass. And I really love how they added these brand new guardrails as well. And if we look over here, there's this nice little waterfall, which I gotta say is so beautiful. Because look at this. Look at this, and it just goes right out there. And look at this bridge, guys. Look at this bridge. I really love how they had this attention to detail. So now over here, what we have is two different campsites. So we have Meme Camp, and we have Peak Camp, which goes over to Peak Mountain and Meme Falls. So if we go down here, this will bring us over to a brand new campsite. So down over here is the woodcutter's job. So over down the campsite is the woodcutter's job over here in Lakeview. And then this way, if we go down this way, over here is where we kind of get into the camp a little bit. So down over here, you can kind of see that there's some camp stuff over there for the lake. And obviously, the reason why it's Lakeview and why camps are over here is, well, because, again, camps have lakes. So I really love the brand new camp as well. So the camp got a revamp of its revamp. Now, we could go further over there into the Meme Camp, but we're going to leave Meme Camp now, and we're going to go this way. We're just going to go right back over to where the falls are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to Peak Mountain, Peak Camp, and Meme Falls. And as I said, you can drive up on all the mountains now, and you don't have to fall off on the old mountains just like we used to in the old BLOXBURG map. Oh, I will miss that so much. So over here is Meme Falls. We're going to go down this way to Meme Falls. So this is what Meme Falls is. Now what happens is you got this nice little trail, and you get we actually have some brand new things. We have brand new public transportation over here, which is our bike. And over here you can kind of see the brand new views of Meme Falls, which I heard someone say it's a little bit like Niagara Falls, which I'm like, wow, that's actually so cute. So you have the waterfall down there that goes right in there to the lake for Meme Falls. Now I gotta say that this area is so pretty, and I will say that a lot during this map, but that's just because it is really, really, really pretty. So we could just leave the bike over there, probably disappear over time, but we have brand new public transportation and brand new transportation stuff. So now we're going to leave Meme Falls, sorry Meme Falls, and we're going to go ahead up the mountain so that way we can go over towards the brand new campsite. So over here we have Peak Camp and Peak Mountain. So let's head up to Peak Camp. So over there is Peak Camp and Peak Mountain, and over there you get your observatory overlook. So it's going to go over here to our observatory overlook. Now what's really nice about this brand new map is that all these sceneries get brand new upgrades, and the revamp of the observatory was really nice when it first released, but now we get a revamp of the revamp where it just adds it into a brand new location. And over here, obviously the observatory hasn't changed. We're not going to go in here and just explore it, but just look at all of this scenery. It's so nice. And over here, as I was telling you guys, we have over here public transportation. All you do is interact and you hit travel, and you can travel to different places over here in the BLOXBURG map, which is so nice. And it will just teleport you. But we have a car, so we don't really need public transportation. Now we're making our way over to Peak Mountain and Peak Camp, and I gotta say the mountain looks so nice now that there's snow on top of the mountain. But here is the next camp over here. Obviously you now have parking spaces up here as well in the campsite, so it kind of encourages you to kind of drive up to the camp. And right there you have your car that can just sit over there and look at this camp. So obviously it uses the old tents and the new tents, and it's so nice. And look at over there, you got your fireplaces, you got your outhouses over here as well, which is so nice. And I gotta say, the new camp is just so amazing, the revamp of the camp. And over here you got a nice little pond, which is so nice. And in the pond there's turtles. Look at that. Brand new animals. It's so nice. I gotta say that BLOXBURG really did a really good job on creating this. And over here, I believe this will just take you into nowhere. You just hate yourself because that is supposed to be a tunnel. I actually forgot how to get up to Peak Mountain, but I think what you do is you just stop over. Oh, you go over this way, guys. This is how you get up here to Peak Mountain. You go over this way, and as I'm crashing into everything, that is so nice. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh no. Okay. So we're gonna drive up the mountain, and obviously there'll be a stopping point when we come up to the mountain. And there's actually a little bit of a secret in the mountain as well. So over here on Peak Mountain, you also get some more hang gliders. There's hang gliders everywhere, which is so nice because we only had 2 pairs of hang gliders and we had to walk all the way up, and now we can drive all the way up to the hang gliders, which is so nice, which is a very much faster transportation. And I love how they have the brand new snowy trees that we had from a really long time ago on the pine trees over here. and the pine trees actually use the old grass material, and everything else uses the new grass material, which I never even noticed that. But if we continue going through all of these mountain tunnels, we will make our way to the peak of Peak Mountain. We have another set of hang gliders over here, and now we're at the end of Peak Mountain. And now what we can do is just jump up on the mountain. And if we continue going up on the mountain, over at the highest point in Bloxburg, there's a little noob with the Bloxburg flag. Now look at that. You can actually see the end of the map over here. That is so crazy. Now we're gonna go ahead back down, and we're gonna make our way to town now that we made our way through Lakeview Heights. We're gonna continue going down this way, which will bring us to another new location on the brand new map. So right down over here, right near Lakeview, is the brand new Bloxburg Cave. So if we come down in here, it's just, the cave is different. The cave is brand new. Not brand new or different. It's actually very much the same. Nothing really changed to it. So let's just leave the cave, because everyone knows what the cave actually looks like. So over here, what we have as well is we have Riverside Estates down this way and Bloxburg Town this way. We're going to head over to Bloxburg Town, or if we end up at Riverside Estates first, we'll go over to Riverside Estates first. Now over here, we got another bridge. And I got to tell you guys, these bridges look so amazing. And look at that. There's a car going down the Interloop Highway, which this right here is Interloop Highway, which is so nice going down there. And we can actually probably take a little bit of a stroll down Interloop Highway as well. As we come over here, we have these brand new wind turbines, which is so amazing. Some really good renewable energy that's being built over here. We have a lot of these, like, you know, towers that you see around, and then you can see the lighthouse from over there. Like, look at all this scenery. Over here is Riverside Estates. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through Riverside Estates instead of going to town. Riverside Estates actually changed up a little bit. There's brand new trees around here. There's no more rough trees. But just look at all of this. Now, Riverside Estates is one of the old plot locations, and in the old plot locations, you get 4 plots per old location. Down over here, you have someone who's building a big house. You have someone who has a small house over here as well. I love how Riverside Estates is staying bougie. So those are the 2 plots that you can have over here. There's 1 plot over here. Now, I would probably see them putting in another plot, like maybe like right here. Then again, over here, what you have is a nice little turnaround. We didn't really have that in the old map, but in the new map, we actually have this. You also have a dirt path that takes you down over to the Bloxburg town as well. And obviously, as you know, the car is going super slow. That is because we are hit by a speed limit because of all the loading parts in this location. And another plot location is right there as well that we had kind of skipped over. Now the car is going to start to go faster, I think. No, because I think we're in Bloxburg town. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to go straight over here into the Bloxburg town. And you can see that on the new roads in the town, there is some brand new bike lanes. So over here is Gas Blocks. So Gas Blocks actually got another upgrade. So this used to be up at the highway, and now the Gas Blocks actually has a convenience store in it, which is so nice because Gas Blocks used to just be a gas station right by Mike's Motors. And if you didn't see Mike's Motors down there, well, Mike's Motors looks so amazing. But instead of heading down over there to Mike's Motors, we're actually going to go to another new location in this map, which is over there. You can see Fancy Furniture. We'll have a little bit of a Fancy Furniture talk later. But over here, we're going to take our way up, and we're going to turn into the supermarket and gym plaza. So over here, obviously the gym, and some car was super happy. So over here, the gym and the supermarket was actually stayed in the exact same spot, right near each other. So which is so nice that they didn't separate those. But there's nothing new that was added to the gym. It's just at a brand new location. Again, the gym had its own upgrade, so there wasn't much that they had to do to the gym for its revamp. But if we head over this way, down at this little strip, we get into the supermarket, and the supermarket is the same old as it always has been. No new updates to the supermarket, but I hope BFF supermarket actually gets a brand new upgrade. It gets a revamp. Then again, it doesn't really need a revamp because again, it's just a supermarket. Now, as we leave the supermarket plaza, we'll actually go take a look at that later. We're gonna take a look over at one of the brand new revamps that has just dropped with the brand new map. And as you can see, it's Mike's Motors. Mike's Motors actually got a facelift, and it looks so beautiful. Because if we remember the old Mike's Motors, it was just, you know, a little bit barren. It wasn't much. And over at Mike's Motors was the parking garage, which there is no more parking garage in Bloxburg. They finally removed the parking garage, which I am so happy about because we all didn't park the parking garage, and it was so horrible. So over here is Mike's Motors. Obviously, is the mechanic job that's over here as well. And Mike's Motors, I gotta say, this looks so nice. And look at this mural that was painted over here on Mike's Motors. Mike's Motors, mechanic on duty. And they have the brand new retro car that they added a little while ago. But look at this, guys. So the door to Mike's Motors is right over here. Obviously, this is a door too, but it doesn't open. It's just a garage door where they can bring in all the new show cars. So right over here, we walk into Mike's Motors and look at this facelift. Mike's Motors. So Mike is standing right here in his nice little suit, which is actually looking even more fancy than ever because look at this new place, Mike. You have such a really good new place. And then out here, we just go out here to the mechanic job. Well, we don't need to do anything about the mechanic job, and it just says that we're working, but we just left our shift. Out here is an exit where you can exit out of Mike's Motors, but we don't really need to exit out of Mike's Motors. Over here, you kind of have your offices where you kind of just, where the salesperson will sit and goes, well, this car is really nice. We could put this price on there for you. And it's like, no, I don't really want that car. I want the car I was just showing. It's like, well, this car is even better. And it's us for this price. Because they want you to spend your money on other things so they can get more money. And again, over here is another salesperson office. And the same thing right there is another salesperson office. And you got this little retro car that's on the mural. And it's just so beautiful. Because look at Mike's Motors, guys. Mike's Motors facelift is just amazing. I can't wait for the next facelift. Because, guys, Bloxburg is just blowing these things out of the water. So now if we continue to head down this way, you can see that there's a lot of fake buildings. So we're going to have to go to the roundabout. Obviously, yield sign means don't crash into that. Yield sign means you can just drive if it's safe to do so. So we're going to go this way. Obviously, you can see as we're driving past, there's a lot of fake buildings over here. Now, I know that they're going to be doing a lot of different things in these fake buildings because they said when the map revamp comes, they're not going to add anything new into the map. They're just going to take whatever is currently existing and put it somewhere in the map. And then later on, they will have expansions. They'll have things that are going to come into town just so that you can keep coming back for more. So over here is Fancy Furniture. Now, Fancy Furniture did get a little bit of facelift, but not much of a facelift because obviously Susan didn't want the interior to change. And obviously Fancy Furniture should be renamed to Ugly Furniture because, well, this furniture is just ugly. But there is a secret outside of Fancy Furniture that we have to go look at. So right here, obviously, you have the mural of the old Welcome to Bloxburg map. I am going to cry, guys. This map was here since the beginning and now it's gone. We can never relive it, but at least they have a mural of the old map. The memories that we hold from that map is just amazing. But if we come over here from this caution sign, we walk in here, someone's homeless. And this is where the homeless live. Which obviously, if someone wants to pretend to be homeless, all they have to do is just sit right here and just pretend to be homeless. Now, if we head out over here, I don't know if there's any other secrets over in this area, but apparently there has been some secrets. But over here, these are just like apartment buildings and stuff. Then over here is just stairs where you can walk up. But if we continue to come down this area, I don't know if there's anything new. And look at there, you have also this over here, the homeless area. This is where you can be homeless. So now we're going to go back into our car once again, and we're going to leave the homeless area. I love how Susan's shop is over where the homeless is. I hope she gets a lot of good business there. So now we're going to take it this way, again, over towards the supermarket area. And we're going to take our way, which we can see. Can you guys read that? BLOXBURG High School. So over here is where they're building the brand new high school. And obviously, Green Clean does not have its own building. But I have a theory. Green Clean is going to be in the high school. Because again, Green Clean is what? A janitor service. You know where janitors are? They're in schools. So over here is where they're building the BLOXBURG High School. So they actually laid the foundation for the school right now. And obviously they're building it up and it's coming in fall of 2025, which is so nice. Look at this. This is where the school is going to be. The school is actually humongous and massive. I'm really excited to see what they do. I believe over there they'll have like a football field, a track and field, because again, that's what's present in American schools. But this is where the school is going to be, and I can't wait for it to open because I will be its first student. Okay, enough about the school that we've been waiting for years. We're going to be going down again into town, and we're going to park because we're actually going to take a little bit of a stroll around town instead of driving around town. So over here is some brand new parking spots in town, and obviously over here we have these fake buildings, fake facades is what we'll call them. And over here, there's just some brand new buildings. Right over here, I can see this being like a jewelry store. I see that being a jewelry store. If you think about it now, the sign, BLOXBURG Jewelers. So nice. Then over here, I can kind of see this being maybe like a city building. Well, obviously City Hall's right there. I can kind of see this being like, you know, like a government building instead of the City Hall. I can kind of see it being, or maybe apartments. Who knows what's going to go there. But if we come up here, it's just going to go to the back alleyways of this area, and you kind of just get up to these back doors that are over here as well. Again, that's another fake facade. We're going to cross the street. Hopefully no cars come in hit me. Over here, City Hall actually got a little bit of a revamp with all these brand new stairs that are happening around City Hall, and it just goes towards the back over there with more parking and the BLOXBURG High School, which is going to be behind everything. So as we leave, we actually have to yield. It's safe to do so we don't stop. That's what a yield sign is. Not too many people know what a yield sign is. Now right over here, we're gonna make a U-turn. Yui! And we're just gonna park right over here at the bus. Oh no, that's actually no parking. But right over here is City Hall. City Hall's facelift actually looks so nice, but it's not much of a facelift because, well, that's just the City Hall. I hope City Hall actually does not get a very big facelift. I hope it just stays like this. But I love how there's this fountain over here in the front, or this, you know, nice little fences. I hope we get this fence in build mode. And if we come up these stairs, we come up here to the other stairs as well to City Hall. And in here, we have the old map. It's the old map, guys. So we're gonna head back into our car as the sun is beginning to set once again. And we're gonna go ahead over to another new location in this brand new map. Now, this map is super big, and I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh my god, I'm just crashing into everything. And Tom, actually, in the roundabout, has his own statue. So we come down this way over here. We have what is called the Bloxburg Theater. Now, nothing changed in the Bloxburg Theater, so that is cool. If we come down here as well, it just brings us over to more fake buildings that you can see over here. Way down here, you have the Styles Hair Salon. Now, Styles actually didn't get much of a facelift. It's just the outside of Styles Hair Studio has actually changed. So the inside has actually stayed the same. So there's not much about the change for Styles. Now over here is Pizza Planet. So Pizza Planet actually didn't change much if you look at it, because again, Pizza Planet is just the same. I hope they keep Pizza Planet the same because again, it's iconic. And over here we have some brand new seating outside of Pizza Planet, so more customers can sit. So I'm glad that they expanded to more people. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Now I know you guys might not know what this is currently, but it's the brand new beach slash pier. Guys, it's actually beautiful. It's actually beautiful. So the brand new beach is actually looking better than the old transportation of the beach. You guys remember the old beach that was transformed a long time ago, and they actually retransformed the beach as well with the new pier, which I gotta say is beautiful. I love how they kept the changing tables over here as well. And the fisherman hut, again, this place does not even need to change at all. This place is perfectly good as it is. And then down here we have the Ferris wheel, which is so nice as I'm falling into the ocean. Over here we have more of the beach, and we have what is also called Ben's ice cream, which is so nice, and everyone's just waiting in line forever. I think the lighthouse is more important, so I guess we could go check out the lighthouse. I love these brand new signs that are out in the city. It's so nice. Oh, I just ran a red light, guys. I'm bad today. I'm actually breaking every single law. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our way through Interloop Highway, because Interloop Highway is actually going to bring us really, really close to the lighthouse. Now, obviously over here we have Cape Beacon, Interloop Highway, and Riverside Estates. Now, over here, what I have to do is I have to mute the desktop audio. I got copyrighted over on the live stream, so we have to mute it. But there's awesome music that plays over here, and I gotta say it's pretty nice. But look at that. The lighthouse is actually searching around, and down there is just an island that actually has a little bit of a secret of a movie that I never watched. But in here we have the lighthouse, and as we go up the lighthouse over here, you can see that the light spins around, and you can take a little bit of a sit and just look out in town and say, wow, that is beautiful. Now we're gonna take our little bit of a jump. Oh, we just died. And we're gonna take our way down to Interloop Highway. So now right over here is what's going to take us over to Riverside Estates, but we're actually going to take this way down to Interloop Highway. Now that way is actually going to take us over there again to Riverside Estates, so we don't need to go over there. Travel safely, don't text and drive. Oh, really? I'm going to take out my phone. Thank you for telling me that. Over there is just going to be some tunnels that you can take over towards the neighborhoods. Those are like those little toll tunnels. And look at that right over there, as we saw that bridge earlier. Now, this is another place I wanted to show you guys over here on the Bloxburg map, which is over here. This is what is called a dam. So over here is what is called a dam. Obviously, it just blocks off the river and stuff over there. And obviously, you can drive across that. And over down there is actually what we also wanted to look at, which is the park, which I didn't actually get to see in the last time I looked at this, because I didn't even know there was a new park. But we're going to take over here the Cliffside Tunnel. Now, as we're leaving the Cliffside Tunnel, we have what is called, we can go over towards the Bloxburg town or the Greenfield Plains, Bloxy Acres. We're going to go over towards Bloxy Acres because we actually didn't take a look at Bloxy Acres. So over here is Bloxy Acres. Obviously, yield sign, make sure you merge when it's safe. Now, Bloxy Acres is one of the old plot locations. And right over here, you can see there's a plot that's supposed to be here, a plot that's supposed to be here, a plot that's supposed to be over on both of these sides. And obviously, the server is so small, so there's no one over here in Bloxy Acres. So now what we're going to do is we're going to leave Bloxy Acres and we're going to go somewhere brand new. Do you see that sign right there? Sunset Point. So over here, you have this nice little bridge over here. Look at this. This is so beautiful. And you come over here to Sunset Point. Now, if you guys don't know what Sunset Point is beach plot. Look at this. Sunset Point is beach plots. Look at how beautiful that is. I would love to see them put Sunset Point also over there as well for plots. Or they could just keep the plots at 2. Or they could add some plots over here as well, which I think they plan on doing that as well. And over there, we got another one of those towers. And then over here, we have this sign that actually doesn't show you anything. But that should lead you up there to Lakeview Heights. As you can see right over there, that should lead you up to Lakeview Heights. So let's go back into town. Now over there is Greenfield Plains. Now that we're back in town, what we're going to do is we're going to locate the brand new park. Obviously, over here, you can see as well, BLOXBURG is still the same as always, which is so nice and beautiful. I think I'm just bringing myself into a whole different circle. I know somewhere in map is supposed to be the park. I really love the signs that bring you into Sunset Point. It's so nice. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. This map is so big. It's a brand new location in the map. And I gotta say, the park is beautiful. The park is so beautiful because you have this little area where you can come and sit, and you can walk down here. And what you have over here is the pavilion. This is what it's called. It's called a pavilion. I gotta say, the pavilion looks beautiful. Over here, you have like a little notice board that kind of just tells you all the activities that are happening around today. Over there is you have your little bathrooms. Over here is under construction, but this is supposed to be a basketball court, which is across the river, which Bloxburg actually has a river, not a sewer anymore. You have a little bridge. Over here, you have the park stuff. You have your swings, you have your merry-go-round, and look at this, wee, wee, your little merry-go-round. Here you have your little tires. Up here you have the slide. You have the little thing. You have your little wagon. You have the rock climbing wall. You have your hopscotch. Let's see. Am I any good at hopscotch? 1, 2. So we're gonna head back down this way as well because there's something that is also pretty new. Now I'm pretty sure this is what it's called, an amphitheater. So if we go down here, this is where you can make music and play. So if we use this, we can pretend that we are Tate McRae. I think you know what this is. I think you wanna no, you ain't got no misses. Oh, but you got a sports car. Okay, guys, I know I'm terrible, but there you guys go. This is the BLOXBURG map, guys. This is the BLOXBURG map. Now, I think I missed a couple locations at the map, and if I did, I am so sorry. But this is the BLOXBURG map that we kind of had a little bit of a look around. BLOXBURG, you've done it again. You've made it such an amazing map. Not what everyone wanted. I gotta say that all these brand new sceneries that we see around here, especially over here on the mountains, it's just beautiful. You can't make everyone happy. You can't make a change that everyone will like. Change is difficult, but with change comes some brand new possibilities. Because imagine doing role plays on this map over here. Obviously, you could go over here to the BLOXBURG Dam. This is also a location that we never really got to see. So if we take a look down here, again, we kind of drove over here a little bit earlier, but as I was telling you, over here is where you can drive across the dam and it brings you straight to Lakeview Heights. And I guess I'm just gonna end the video as I'm looking out on the lake because there's no better way to end a video on this kind of scenery as the sun is rising. Woo! But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more content in the new BLOXBURG map, like Stealing from People's Fridges Part 2, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I post that video. Also, leave a comment down below what you want to see me do in this brand new map, and I will try to do my best to do it in this brand new map. Also, I have a Discord server. The link is always in the description for you to go ahead and join. It's not required, but it's a way for me to get the YouTube post notification out there faster than YouTube actually gets it out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, if you do return. But bye.